welcome to As Yet Untitled. This is the show that's completely unprepared, unscripted, unrehearsed and ill-considered. We are looking for a title for the show. It's our sole ambition. I will have 4 very talented and funny people to help me do that, so I better get them on. Please really welcome my guests. Here they are, welcome. Crack team, I think you'll agree. Let's see who we have. We have Lou Sanders with us. Lou Sanders is a lifesaver. Lou Sanders is here. Welcome to Richard Ayoade. Richard Ayoade is actually really like this. Katherine Parkinson, welcome, Katherine. Katherine Parkinson is great at faking it and hasn't been invited back on Saturday Kitchen. And Harry Shearer, wonderful to have you, Harry Shearer.
Thank you.
Harry Shearer has a friend in Jesus. It's great to have you here,
Thank you.
Harry.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna. Normally we have a bit of a chit chat, but I'm going to say from the get-go.
Yeah.
You may not recognise Harry because he's mainly known for his voices, but also for Spinal Tap, which is my. I mean, I think it's anyone's top 5 funny films.
Yeah.
It's great.
Of all time.
Tremendous.
Derek Smalls.
He wrote this.
And my favourite bit that you do is going through airport security with a cucumber down your trousers.
It was actually a courgette. You'll find a cucumber is a bit too large and warty for the desired appearance.
And he wrapped it in tin foil, though, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Well, you know, I don't know if you've been on stage with a courgette or a cucumber in your trousers, but as you start sweating, you really want the protection of the tin foil for the integrity of the vegetable.
Right. That's if you're planning on using the vegetable later.
Later. Well, just for the desired effect.
And then that sets off the metal detector.
Yeah, and it was fairly prescient because when we made the movie, there weren't a lot of metal detectors at airports and a lot of incidents with metal detectors at airports. But of course, we live in a different world now.
Yeah. Now you can get your body mapped or something,
yeah,
can't you?
indeed.
Have you made to stand in one of those? You stand like that,
yeah.
You don't know what is happening to you.
I'm always picked out.
Are you always?
Yeah, I have a very terrorising face. So they immediately siphon me off and perform in very invasive questions. And, yeah.
Have you tried like staying in there in the pose when they want you to leave?
That's my relaxed pose. That's my go-to pose generally.
It's a nice
in any
pose.
situation, if I'm called, I will immediately assume I'm being arrested. Yeah.
Have you been arrested?
I've yet to commit a crime, but as soon as I do, I know they'll swoop in. They've been watching me, I feel, my whole life. But yeah, no, I haven't. I don't know why. I mean, maybe.
He's not going to admit it on this, but you've told me in the past about
Which crime would you choose?
Maybe homicide.
Big one.
I'd probably
Big one. Yeah. Why screw around with petty crime?
Yeah.
Do you have someone in mind?
Oh, I mean, it'd be a narrowing down process. I know everyone could participate in the selection.
I think everybody in show business has a list.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, it's ever-changing, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's ever-growing.
Ever-growing, yeah. Who was it this morning? When you wake up in the morning, who's the first person you think of you want dead? That'd be a good chat show.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good.
Now, I've been supplied with a list of the characters you do in The Simpsons.
You don't have enough time.
We can talk about Abbott Costello, Saturday Night Live, Spinal Tap, but we need you to do Ned Flanders before the end of the evening. So, Timothy Lovejoy, Principal Skinner, Jebediah Springfield, one of my favourites, Kent Brockman.
This just in.
Yes! You can just cut, leave it, walk away.
Yeah, indeed.
Now, I last saw you, Harry, in Joe's Pub in New York City, doing a show with your partner, Judith.
Judith Owen, yeah.
Doing songs and chat, and it was great.
Yeah, thank you.
But you had to get out of the way at the beginning. You had to do a bit of Smithers and a bit of Mr. Burns.
Yes, I guess I did.
I love this.
Now, I have to say...
And the audience, you say, look, so tonight I'm not going to be doing... And then you did all this Simpsons voices.
Yeah.
And then
just to clear
afterwards,
up.
the show was fine and everything, but people were sort of thinking, oh, do that
again.
The bane of your life.
No, it's quite amusing because the expression you made when I did that sort of just spontaneously, shall we say, is the same expression on the face of a 5-year-old and an 85-year-old. It really is amazing that because you've been the mystery behind this voice for most of them, and it's just the discovery of the person who's there is like, you see it on the face. It's fun.
Can you do hi diddly ho, neighbour? Can you say that for us, please?
Oakley dokley.
Okay. Just save it. Just put it in. You know, like Catherine's your neighbour. At one point, just turn to her and say it, and then everyone will be happy. Okay, that's all I want to say. Now, perhaps we could ask you about your friend in Jesus.
Well, when I was looking for inspiration for voices from The Simpsons, mainly I was listening to just voices in my head, and I didn't pick anybody that I knew, but I started running out of voices in my head. And so for Reverend Lovejoy, I hearkened back to a guy who was in the golden age of televangelists in America. There was a guy called Ernest Angley who spoke like this and wore fairly widely lapelled polyester suits, as was the fashion of the time, and had a nice fake hairpiece, and did healings. And so I was fascinated by him. One day I actually went to see his healing service at the Shrine Auditorium, which is a 5,000-seat auditorium in downtown Los Angeles. And the first thing I remember is he gets to the microphone and he says, "Anybody in the audience with sugar diabetes?"
That's one of the ones he can do.
Well, yeah, and I thought, what other...
Easy.
It's one of my best ones.
What, is there salt diabetes suddenly that I didn't know about? Apparently that's a Southernism in the United States, is to specify that it's not just diabetes, it's sugar diabetes. and his MO was to, give them the big slap on the forehead and send them down. They were slain in the spirit when he did that. And then... Anybody with hearing problems, please come up on the stage. I don't know how they knew to come up on the stage. They did. What? But they did. And he had this really bizarre thing, and I won't... Should I do it to you?
Yes.
All right.
Very gay.
He put fingers in both ears. I'm not going to actually do it.
Okay.
And then yank them out.
Oh.
Suddenly. And then walk over to their ear. Jesus! They would respond, baby, and then he'd slap them on the forehead, and they were healed.
They were healed.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Did it work though? That's a
It
dumb
worked
one.
on me. I hear great.
So it did work.
No. I mean, it's. Well, I don't know. I didn't know any of the people.
Sounds like a man with just an aggression problem.
Well,
Slapping everyone on the head.
yeah.
The
But-
diabetes seems like, I mean, would they do an insulin test after the snap? Or
Yeah.
how long
It's
do they
that's
wait for that to kick in?
I have no idea. I didn't stick around that long. Yeah.
It seems very specific.
Yeah.
Anyone with 20-year, congenital disease,
I'll heal you and.
But there's nothing more fun than those people, because I'm always interested to know whether they actually believe what they're doing or whether they're total charlatans and just tricking the audience.
Yeah, it is a great question, isn't it? I think that, like a lot of actors, they probably are able to convince themselves at the moment that it's real, when they go home and take off the fake hair.
I went to go and see a woman called Sarah Eaglewoman in LA, and I paid $350, and she just wafted a feather around me. And
This is a one-on-one consultation.
yeah, I paid a lot of money, and happy to report that it was an absolute rip-off.
Really?
What was she offering? What was the service?
Living forever. No, I'm still alive.
Yeah, here you
hang
are.
on.
It worked.
No, I don't know, just, well, I am into that kind of stuff. Like, I have got a shaman. I didn't want to talk about it. I just wanted to kind of appear really normal.
The shaman is now making you talk about it, is that right?
We've all got shamans, don't worry.
But Sarah Eaglewoman, that even for me, I was like...
How did your shaman feel about her?
Yeah, that I've been unfaithful. No, he just laughed when I told her, because he's only £57.
That is... That's reasonable.
So when I said, like Sarah Eaglewoman charges $350.
The rate went up.
The rate went up. He did actually. No, I said you should put your price up because he's phenomenal.
Did you get to keep the feather?
No.
Oh.
So it's absolutely
£57.
£57.
That's such a strange amount.
How long do you get?
No, it was 55. Then I said you
up
should
by
pay
£2.
He's a really nice guy.
Did you meet this guy in the 40s? His increments of price are very specific.
But what does he do? What does a shaman do?
Would you have said no if he'd gone to 58? Would you have gone, hey?
I would never say no to him. He's magical. But he wouldn't say he was a shaman. I think that's the difference. Like,
he's ashamed of being a shaman?
He's a solicitor.
He's ashamed, yeah. No, I think...
Is he actually your solicitor? He just sometimes goes off-piste.
But what does a shaman do? Do you all know what a shaman...
I really wish I'd been strong on my convictions and not talked about shamanism.
No.
Well, he actually does craniosacral. So it's like rebalancing energy in the body. So let's move on. Who's got
Well, I've only ever... I saw a mind reader once years ago because I think it's all... Not that, because that was words I didn't understand. That's proper. But, and I was very heavily pregnant, and the mind reader said, "You're going to have a baby."
Was he shouting, "Leave me, leave me"?
I'll be honest, it was mixed messages.
You can watch the rest of this episode on UK TV Play. And now for some extra stories that didn't make the show. They do that open water swimming in the Olympics, where if you've got a rival and you're close to them, you swim on top of them and slow them down. Have you seen them do that?
What? No. In the Olympics?
In the Olympics. Open water swimming. So they'll be out in a lake or maybe a bit of... And someone be powering along and someone come up and swim on top of their legs and sort of sink them.
A snuggle.
That's awful.
That's very
I
strange.
thought, this is clearly cheating.
Among other things.
They're not allowed to be out.
Arousing.
That seems to me, I thought they should be, stopped from doing that.
When I was at
I was saying so to the
university,
television.
there was this sort of gorgeous boy that I lived with, in student digs I really wanted to impress, and he told me that he was playing water polo for the university, and I thought water polo because I knew polo was on horses.
Yes, and they had horses in the
So
water.
I assumed it was horses in the water. Is that such a stupid thing? Though?
Well,
Is that such a stupid thing?
Now I'm thinking it's not.
Because, well, no, horses, and then when he found out, obviously, I was the stupid person in the house, but I don't think that's actually that stupid a conclusion to have come to.
It's
but
cruel.
For a year, I thought he was dealing with horses every day when he was going training,
Wow.
but...
It's a great sport, actually.
Is it?
Oh, my God. It's one of the most... physically, I did it a little bit as a kid, but not, just for fun. But
What do you have to do then? Swim and then play hockey?
Throw a ball in a goal.
yeah.
It's much easier if you're at the shallow end and the other team are at the...
No kidding.
That must be physically really demanding.
Very demanding, yeah. Really, it's incredible.
So you're treading water the whole time?
You're treading water the whole time.
There's horse shit everywhere.
Look, I appreciate it. It sounds like,
It's like that
I don't
Guinness
think that was a
advert.
stupid assumption, honestly. Yes.
Yeah. The left field
Of course, the
soundtrack.
pools would have to be massive. I hadn't really thought it through.
All the horses very small, either.
Seahorses.
They could have been on seahorses,
Exactly.
Lou's
Thank
suggesting.
Thank you for entertaining that.
How long does it
And
take
goodbye.
to fly off the horses afterwards?
Well, that would be a whole different sport, like equestrian stuff, wouldn't it?
I saw seahorses in the aquarium in London, and I thought it a bit unfair for them that they put them in a cylindrical tank, really about the size of that glass, because what they do is they hang on to a bit of seaweed or something. And
Like
go
a
up and-
pole.
Yeah, like a pole.
Yeah.
Like a pole.
Yeah.
He thought
But
he was
then
a seahorse.
they were left with no alternative but to go up and down.
I know, but I think they like that. They must have done. They really care about them there, and I'm sure they know. I'm sure they've done lots of research. They must
More
just like
than
doing up
being
and
in
down.
the sea. So they go, oh, it's rubbish being in the sea until someone put this
It
pole
doesn't.
around. Until these tubes came. I don't know what we were doing
Are
out in that
you
ocean.
suggesting that the people at the zoo know more about how to treat seahorses than a talk show host?
That seems to be what I'm suggesting, controversially,
Yeah.
I watch them going up and down and thinking, this is awful, that's all they can do.
Whereas
up
I
and
thought how
down.
pretty, and it changes colour, that pole, doesn't it?
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah, and the jellyfish.
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter loves that.
It's wonderful, that.
Purple! She shouts the colours. Blue!
Is she 15 now?
Easily pleased, are we?
Yeah. Sometimes when you sort of slightly distance yourself from your kid. Yours is the one going, red!
My husband does that when we go there.
Get on the show. Should be great.
She would like the show. She's very chatty. She likes adults more than other kids. She'd say loads of stuff if she was here.
Catherine mentioned cockfights.
Yes.
Am I the only person at this table who's been to a cockfight?
I haven't been to one.
Well, I can't speak for everyone. Richard?
Richard?
You can speak for me.
He's not been to a cockfight.
Really? I was in Haiti, visiting Haiti.
Okay.
And my friend and I were visiting on a work assignment, as you do in Haiti. Mm-hmm. And we got into a cab to go out into the countryside. And we said, what is there to see? He says, well, there's a big event this afternoon. And really, what kind of an event? It was a cockfight. And my friend, who's perhaps the most timorous human being on the face of the earth, just did this a little bit. And I said, well, come on, we're here, let's go. And in the event, Haiti is the good news is they were wonderful. They gave us front row seats. And, there was a very good barbecued chicken on offer, which
where else?
Seemed a little peculiar,
That's going to wind up the cocks, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think. Well, it would certainly get their attention.
Yeah.
But the good news is Haiti is so poor that they don't put razor blades on their legs. They can't afford to lose the cocks. Sorry, pardon me.
Right.
So they fight to a decision. So it's like the Olympics. They hold up, cards.
They have judges.
They have judges. So the cocks live to fight again. So it was a very benign cockfight.
Not to the death.
Not to the death, no.
Okay. They're pretty angry cocks. Was it good?
Is it to the almost death, though?
No.
Just sort of
It's
neck
like
hanging off.
it seemed more civilized than, let's say, a Republican debate in America.
I wonder if one of the cocks, if they just didn't fancy it that day, what would happen? If the cocks were just like, oh no, I'm a pacifist now, and they just decided, they just loved each other.
But they wind them up, don't they?
Then that would be the barbecued chicken.
Right.
How do they do it? How do they torment them to make them furious?
Were you there with Ricky Gervais?
No, I was not. What, to torment the cocks?
No, just he loves cockfighting.
Does he really?
No.
Does he like dog fighting?
He's a notorious animal lover, in fact.
Too notorious.
Suspiciously notorious.
But how does
Why is that cat so close to his head?
how does he feel about Jesus?
Well, I like that he is sitting on the fence about it. Because
That must be painful.
he's always terribly nuanced about it. Yeah. What do you think? You've become my representative, which I welcome.
I'll speak for
And I
you
think it's good.
and also
Yes.
the other Ricky.
Yeah.
Can I call you Ricky?
I've never quite had him as the other one of me. But that's okay.
Richard Gervais.
Yes. Richard Gervais, yeah.
He doesn't like Jesus.
He doesn't.
I don't, yeah. He's
I don't think it's Jesus that's the issue. No one disputes Jesus.
Oh.
It's God, that's the issue.
That's the big guy.
That's the thing.
But
Just
it's the
doesn't
way they're so
think of it.
fervently atheist, it's sort of almost as kind of bizarrely evangelical as, the other types. And I just sort of think, why can't you just be agnostic? And that's surely all sorry, is this a comedy show?
This show can hold all
good.
topics.
And I certainly think we'll probably resolve it within the next 5 minutes.
Definitely.